Hey guys, it's Her, and today I am going to be roasting the best friend characters and also ranking them from worst to best. This is requested by somebody. I'll put their name on the screen here. Can't remember off the top of my head, but let's just get into it. So coming in at number 7, we have Gwen Thompson. So personally, I feel like Gwen is a pretty forgotten kind of doll. I rarely think about her or her role in Chris's story. Not that I think about Krista that much either. However, she has faced her fair share of adversity and hardship, and overall I think she's a pretty talented girl. I'm pretty sure she's really good at violin and she's super smart. I definitely don't dislike Gwen. She's just not my favorite, like she doesn't stand out to me and she doesn't have many characteristics that make me want to learn more about her. But I do think she's actually super cute looks wise with blonde hair and bangs and the brown eyes. I just think she looks like so innocent and adorable. So Gwen, you're at number 7, but not in my heart. Next up, we have Ruthie Smithens. I think that Ruthie's a cool doll, but I don't think that she's cooler than Kit. The thing about a lot of the best friend characters is that they're actually cooler than like the main doll, but it's just not the case with Ruthie. I feel like Kit is a little bit more unique and she faced more adversity. Ruthie's family was not affected by the Great Depression in the 1930s, which is when their story took place, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I'm just saying that compared to Kit, Kit learned a lesson. She had to live through the Depression. I mean, so did Ruthie, but it wasn't affecting her family directly. So I just think that, Kit is a little bit cooler and has more of a story. But that being said, Ruthie does really want to help Kit and her family in ways that doesn't make Kit feel like she's less than, which I think is very admirable. Coming in at number 5, we have Elizabeth Cole. She probably would be lower if my mom's name wasn't Elizabeth, and also she's referred to as quiet, shy, smart, and careful, which is also like my mom. So this is mostly because I love my mom, like why she's ranked here. I don't think she's that cool, honestly. I don't even find Felicity's story that interesting, to be quite honest with you. They live in the 1700s, which is like a little bit too far back for me to care about. Obviously, I care about it, but I don't really enjoy learning that much about it. So, yeah. I think that she's a pretty doll, at least. I think that, she's a classic blue eye, blonde hair baddie. But, she's just not that unique in terms of her story and her looks. But she's pretty and she's cool, so it's okay. Number 4, we have Emily Bennett. I'm going to be straight up with you. She's at number 4 mostly because I like her hair and I think it's sick. Gingers are underrated. Like, it's so pretty. Red hair is absolutely gorgeous. She's also English, and so is Harry Styles, which, obviously puts her a little bit higher up on the list. I know Elizabeth is English too, but it's okay. It's a little different. She's quiet and shy, which I resonate with. I think that we could be friends in real life if she was a person. She's just kind of a cool girl. Like, you look at her and you're like, I kind of want to be Emily. You know what I mean? Do I think she's cooler than Molly? I feel like it's a toss-up. I'm not a huge fan of Molly, but I do think that she was very important as a character and as a doll to American Girl. I think she was definitely like a staple in American Girl's like foundation. I think she's so iconic. Looks-wise, I definitely prefer Emily. I think that she's just a little bit cuter and unique. But that being said, Molly's bangs and her gray eyes are super, super pretty. So they're both cool though. Don't get me wrong. Next up, we have Ivy Ling. Ivy is literally just so cool. Like, her nickname is Poison Ivy, and I feel like I don't even have to elaborate more for you to be like, yeah, she deserves number 3 or even higher. She wants to make her family proud, which again, I resonate with. I think that we'd be friends. And in her book, she learns the value of her Chinese heritage, which is super, super cool. I think that she was kind of like bored about learning the Chinese language, and she was bored of eating Chinese food every night, which, as a Vietnamese person with an Asian background, I would love to learn more about Vietnamese and Vietnam because I'm also half white, so I wasn't ever like fully submerged in Vietnamese culture, and I've always lived in America. And yeah, my dad is an immigrant from Vietnam technically, but I also was born here. My mom was born here, you know what I mean? So I would love to learn more about Vietnam and the language too. I don't know how to speak Vietnamese. That's besides the point. I think that it's really cool that she learned the value of her racial background. I think that's important in everybody's lives as their identity. Also, off topic, her denim bag is to die for. Like the little Ivy, we see you. And it's pretty much impossible to not like her, so. Coming in at number 2, we have Nellie O'Malley. Nellie's in second place because I think she's cooler than Samantha, to be straight up. Like, I think that she is so much cooler than Samantha. Nellie should have been the main character. Samantha should have been the friend. don't argue with me on it because you know it's true. Just kidding. I know there's a lot of Samantha lovers in the comments, and I totally respect you. I totally get it. You know, I prefer Nelly, you prefer Samantha. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. Doesn't mean we can't respect each other's opinions. But in my opinion, I just think that she's just cooler. She is the OG best friend doll. She was the first one to be released. She comes from humble beginnings, and she was an Irish person in America, and at that time Irish people were not considered white, so therefore she was kind of, you know, she was a servant and she wasn't treated with respect. She was in the absolute lowest class, and she is apprehensive of letting people get close to her, which again I resonate with, and I definitely understand where she's coming from with that. And I think that she was kind of scared of being friends with Samantha, if I'm correct, because Samantha was middle class, I believe, and I think she was even like middle low class, but Nelly was just at the very bottom girl. So overall, Nelly's pretty cool. And in first place, you know it, Sonali Matthews. I feel like this just goes without saying. Everybody knows that Sonali is elite. If you don't have her, you want her. If you do have her, she's your favorite doll. She's just so perfect. Like her hair, her face mold, like the combination of, well, she's literally the Sonali face mold. Like, hello. The long, wavy, dark brown hair just hits so different. And her outfit, needless to say. Not to mention that the fact that she's super rare, I feel like. I mean, her and Gwen, I think, are pretty rare because they were out with Krissa, and everyone mostly got Krissa because she was the main girl of the year, but then she had like those two allies. So I feel like I've never seen like a brand new in-box Sonali for less than probably $300, which is fair because, you know, I would absolutely love to have Sonali, but unfortunately I do not. But it's okay because I can just admire her. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below if you agree with me or if you disagree. Just keep it respectful. I definitely respect everyone else's opinions. I'm not saying that this is the end-all be-all. Also, I think it's really important for everyone to understand that this video is complete satire. I get a ton of comments saying that I'm just like so disrespectful, and I feel like people don't understand that this is fully a joke. Like, in all honesty, I don't think about these dolls that often to where I would get super competitive and argumentative. Is that a word? I'm not helping myself right now about them. So that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.